Welcome back to the Hamilton Public Library. This is Linda, and today we're making lanterns for Halloween and fall. You'll need a glass jar. The Halloween one I've painted orange on the inside of the jar. You'll need another jar, a clear one for our decoupage project for the fall lantern. You'll need some twine or ribbon of your choice. You'll need some window vinyls. These are just picked up at the dollar store. And some cutouts from a pretty napkin. So I'm going to start with the Halloween jar. Like I said, I've painted the inside orange. And then I'm just going to decorate it with some of these window vinyls. You can pick up large sheets of these at the dollar store. You can also print up vinyls at the library using a Cricut if you wanted to do that instead. The paint is still fresh, so I just got a bit on my hands, but we'll carry on here. So I'm just going to plan how I want these on. The great thing about the window vinyls is that they are removable, so you can switch it up, you know, throughout the season or every season and try something different. So right now I have some of these with the bats and the moon and scary trees, just to make it look fun. This is a great little project for kids as well. It's you know, you can get them to paint the inside. It doesn't take very long, and then they can just use their choice of the window vinyls and decorate their jar. The great thing is that these vinyls are not sticky, so you can just remove and replace them. They don't stick to your hands, so they're great for little hands too. So you can do this with your kids or your grandkids, and it's a lot of fun. Now I recommend using a battery-operated candle in all of these jars. I tend to not use real candles just for safety reasons. So please only use the battery operated candles in the lanterns I'm showing you today. So there's, I think, my last bat. Now we're just going to put some twine around the mouth of the jar, and our lantern will be done. So I have regular twine and I have ribbon. You can use whatever you'd like. This ribbon I picked up at Dollarama, but I think is a bit too thick. It's more of a velvety ribbon that doesn't sit nicely. You could glue it on if you wanted to, but I want something a little bit more rustic looking, so I'm going to use my twine and just wrap it around a few times and then tie a very simple bow. Very easy. Sometimes you want a nice easy craft. So here's a nice simple bow, and your Halloween lantern is done. So very cute, little spooky, perfect for Halloween. So now we have one, we're gonna do one for fall. And here I have some napkins that I've cut up. They're very fall themed with pumpkins and leaves. And you want to make sure that your napkin is only one ply. So you may need to have to peel your napkins. It is better if you peel them before you cut them out. A little easier. But you can see here now that we only have the one ply. So I'm going to take a few minutes just to peel all these, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to add them on. Okay, so I'm back now, and we're going to use a little bit of Mod Podge medium. I just have a little bit on my brush here. I'm going to add a thin layer to my jar, and I'm going to take one of the pretty napkin cutouts, and I'm going to add it very gently to the jar. If you've watched my previous video on this channel, the decoupage terracotta pots, is the same idea. So you want to be gentle because the napkin does rip pretty easily, especially if it gets too wet with the Mod Podge. So we're going to just carry on. There's no mistakes. If you do make a mistake and you don't like the way it looks, it's very easy to peel off. It takes a bit of time for it to fully dry. So you could just peel it off and do something different. So I'm just smoothing out all the wrinkles, making sure it's nice and smooth without any bumps or anything. And you can overlap the images as well. You don't have to leave space in between. So as long as you add a little bit of the Mod Podge to the bottom of wherever you're putting your image, you should be okay. So here I'm just trying to figure out what's the next one. I don't want the two orange pumpkins together, so we're gonna try some leaves. Now you could also just use the whole napkin. You could cut it to the size of the jar and wrap the whole thing in the napkin. That would work as well. And in the end, when we have all of our images placed where we would like them, we're going to add a bit of Mod Podge to the whole, to the top of all the images so that it stays sealed. Now I don't recommend putting this in the dishwasher or washing this in any way. As soon as you wet it, it will damage the, the work that you've done. So this is just, throw a little battery operated candle in there and you're set. So I'm just going to carry on and then we'll come back and show you the finished product. So you see here I am back and I'm done adding all the images to my jar, and now I'm just brushing some of the Mod Podge on top. This just helps seal and keep all the napkin in place. So now we're going to add the twine to the mouth of the jar like we did with the last one. I just think twine is like the ribbon of fall for some reason. I think it looks good with everything fall. So now we're going to just tie a simple bow, nothing fancy. And now you'll see how pretty it looks with the jar, and it's ready for your fall decorations. Thanks for watching my video, and I hope you catch my other videos on this channel.